Picture this, it's early June of 2021. 10 Minecraft players gathered around a campfire about to settle their empires across the world in their own unique biomes. And you have quite a colourful cast of characters. You have Lizzie the Ocean Queen, Emperor of the Seas, Lord Sausage of Midlands, a lovable ruler of a fantasy kingdom full of assassins and magic. There's Lady Catherine of House Blossom, a girl chosen by a force known as the Spring to protect all things flora and fauna. King Joel of Mesolea, the petite ruler of the Mesolea biome. Pixel Rifts, the Copper King of Pixandria, the sole tradesman for all things copper. Pearl of Gilded Helianthea, a farmer connected to the magic of her land. God of Rivendell, the elven reincarnated champion of a god of peace. Wizard Gem of Crystal Cliffs, the most powerful mage and the founder of a mighty magic school. Count Flip of the Grimlands, Gem's twin brother, and a steampunk-style redstone innovator. And of course, there's Codfather Jimmy, ruler of the marshlands and codfish, and the secret younger brother of Ocean Queen Lizzie. A month later came Emperor Joey of the Lost Empire, and the gnome shrub berry from the realm of the gnomes, a magical land that was corrupted by a great evil. Will treaties be made? Will wars be fought? Stick around and see. Things start off peacefully on the Empires SMP, when Solidarity from early to late July began amassing his own alliance, known as the Codfather Alliance, consisting of members Smallish Beans, LD Shadow Lady, Pixel Rifts, and Catherine Elizabeth. For when one alliance forms, another will always rise up to oppose it. Founded by Fwip, the Wither Rose Alliance originally consisted of himself, Gemini Tay, and Mythical Sausage. And what came about because of this? All out war, of course. The Empire's Great Music Disc War was incited when Lord Sausage, having been fed up with Jimmy stealing several small items from the Midlands, stole Solidarity's favorite music disc and held it for ransom of 1 diamond block. Codfather Alliance member Pixel Rift joined Jimmy's side after Sausage invaded Pixandria with a bunch of pillagers, and Fwip joined Sausage's side after a series of traps and pranks and even a fake music disc planted by Sausage. Fwip and Gem, tired of seeing Jim and Sausage fight, blew a crater in between Midlands and the Cod Empire. In the end, Sausage finally decided to return the disc to Jimmy, finally creating peace among the 4 empires involved. But peace wouldn't last very long on the Empires SMP. You see, only a few weeks into joining the server, Emperor Joey started a war with LD Shadow Lady after he kidnapped one of Lizzie's axolotls and named her Strawberry with a U. In retaliation, Lizzie stole the Lost Empire's very own Tiger Blood Prince and put him in a cage. Both emperors desperately wanted their babies back. Both Lizzie and Joey, unbeknownst to each other doing the exact same thing, went to Mythical Sausage's assassin guild and requested his aid in an attempt to assassinate each other. After they had agreed to meet up and exchange their children, Lizzie and Joey swapped the prince and the axolotl, only for Sausage to pop out and snipe them both, as they clearly requested. As a result, Lizzie and Joey formed a truce, never to make fools of themselves again. But things were starting to look a little brighter on the server. After courting the lovely Ocean Queen for several months, the Mesolayan King Joel decided to propose to Lizzie because he needed a powerful queen to match his oversized ego. At the great royal wedding, every emperor gathered in the Midland Church of Bloodsheet as they watched the Mesolayan King and Ocean Queen become bonded together in marriage, with Joel specifically requesting the Codfather to be his best man. Emperor Joey, who officiated the wedding, also took the opportunity to declare his undying love for a demon who had recently started appearing all around the server, a demon known as Zornath. All good things must come to an end. You see, after the demon began appearing around the server and began corrupting the land, Lord Sausage of Midland started getting visits from the demon, requesting Sausage to help slay the Ender Dragon, which would apparently give Zornath his full power and allow him to plunge the world into an eternal winter. Zornath was a demon who destroyed Shortberry's home dimension, who just so happened to also be a reincarnation of the champion of Exar, or Scott of Rivendell's brother from a past life. All he wanted was to watch the world burn. Sausage was naturally compelled to help Zornath because he was on a quest for power, and swaying Joey to the dark side was even easier, as he was head over heels in love with a demon. Even with the help of his minions, Zornath would have to be crafty if he were to find a way to kill the Ender Dragon to achieve his full power. After another brief war between the Codfather Alliance and Wither Rose Alliance as Jimmy tried to get his prized possession, the Codfather head, back from Fwip, the Wither Rose Alliance trap plunged the Codfather Alliance into the End Dimension, with only one way out. They would have to kill the Ender Dragon, or else the Codfather head would be lost for good. good. With the aid of Mythical Sausage and Joey Graceffa, the Godfather Alliance battled the Witherose Alliance, not realizing what killing the dragon could mean for the server. But Joey and Sausage, they knew all too well what was going on. Sure enough, with a swing of his blade, Joey Graceffa managed to slay the Ender Dragon. And naturally, Xarnoth finally had his full power unleashed in the Empires SMP. With Xarnoth's new reign came his corruption, spreading massive red tentacles to each and every empire on the server. Lord Sausage also draws from Xarnoth's power at this point, becoming one ultra-powerful warlock. Sausage and Joey continued creating havoc on the server, such as when the duo locked Wizard Gem and Scott of Rivendell in the Mythlands dungeon for conspiring to seal Xarnoth away, or when Sausage slaughtered pretty much the entire server in his battle arena. This was a dark time in the server's history for sure. After Xarnoth's month-and-a-half-long rule over the Empire's world, his brother from another mother, Scott of Rivendell, teamed up with Lady Catherine and Wizard Gem to find a spell that could seal away Xarnoth in an amethyst crystal. Wizard Gem had been taking care of the Ender Dragon egg, hoping to hatch it to replace the Ender Dragon in the end to seal Xarnoth away once more. But Zaza snagged the egg before she had the chance to do so. Oh, and Xarnoth also thought it would be a good idea to let Joey kidnap Shrubberry, which was kind of the final straw for the Emperors. In a final battle in which Scott, Pearl, Catherine, and Gem faced off against Joey and Xarnoth himself, the heroes managed to cast a spell they had prepared, sealing Xarnoth away for good. Well, for now. In celebration of the defeat of Xarnoth, Scott, along with Gem, Shubble, and Catherine, made preparations to throw a grand feast at the Empire of Rivendell. And of course, every one of the Emperors showed up to celebrate. After announcing Xarnoth's defeat and having a grand feast, Fwip also made an announcement for a new server-wide game. Whoever wore his Emperor's crown would be dubbed Emperor of the entire server, and they would be allowed to make one rule that every other player was required to follow. So naturally, the Emperors fought viciously for the crown until Jimmy was crowned victor. And so began the Age of the Crown, in which the crown was passed on from emperor to emperor as rule after rule had to be followed. Jimmy's decree was for everyone to make a cod sanctuary in their empires. Then Scott stole the crown and banned the use of elytra on the server. Then Joel got his great little hand on the crown and decreed that everyone must wear his head, perfect for his immaculate ego. Lizzie's decree followed next, stating that all players can only eat cake. The crown continued this way, coming into the possession of Joey, Shrub, Catherine, and finally ending on Fwip, whose final decree was for each player to build a road to another empire, bringing the world just a little closer together. Things seemed all in good fun for the Emperors, but little did they know what was coming. After Solidarity was stripped of his prized Godfather head by the Council of Cod for having killed literally one too many codfish in his time on the server, Fwip and Jimmy decided it would be a good idea to mix codfish and salmon together in the Forge of Fwip's empire, which was a forbidden combination of fish that somehow overloaded the Gremlin's reactor, destroying the entirety of Fwip's empire and causing wide-scale destruction across the entire server. Jimmy's Cod Empire and Lizzie's Ocean Empires were drained of all their water, and Lizzie, as she was connected to the magic of her empire, lost all her memories of ever being the Ocean Queen. King Joel's Mesalayan Matro Palace was split in two by an earthquake, and it was later confirmed that King Joel later died off screen due to a broken heart. Jem escapes on the back of a dragon with her brother Fwip to a far-off land. Solidarity fled his empire, never to realize that he had been deemed worthy of the Codfather head once again by the Council of Cod. Catherine's house blossom was destroyed in a series of earthquakes. Pearlescent moons, gilded Helianthia went up in flames as she withered away from the magic of her land dying out, and blood sheep plummeted from the skies of Lord Sausage's Mythland. Shrub escaped through a portal, never to be seen again. And worst of all, Xarnoth was released once again. And with Scott of Rivendell facing him down one final time, using the magical rune blade, Scott plunged the blade into his own chest, pulling him and Xarnoth into an alternate reality where Xarnoth had never been corrupted in the first place. And that is the story of the Empires SMP.